What's going on, YouTube? Mr. Ferguson back again. Thank you guys so much for coming back to Central North Carolina for another video here in my fescue lawn. Well, we hope we still have a fescue lawn after the end of this this dry spell. So this video is kind of changed. I'm actually filming this on Sunday, the day before you're watching it. And before we get to the current state of my lawn, I want to take you back to yesterday. This is prior to we had a 4th of July event up at my buddy's, Mr. Blake's, that you guys have seen on the live streams here on this channel. And so I filmed before going up there. And so here is what the lawn was looking like yesterday. Last night we did get a little bit of rain. I don't know exactly how much. It wasn't a lot. It wasn't a downpour. It wasn't as much as we need by any stretch of the imagination, but it was something of significance. I would say roughly, Mr. Kevin can correct us in the comments if I'm wrong, I would guess roughly 0.25 to 0.30. So under half an inch if I had to guess. So it was something. It's better than nothing. So we did have a little bit of rain, but here is yesterday what the lawn was looking like. And then after the rain, after that little bit of rain, I want to show you there was a little bit of improvement. So let's go back to Saturday. So when you walk outside my front door, this is what we see. Everything is, even the front lawn. I'm not even watering the front lawn. I can't afford it. It's just so much money, and I can't keep up. There's no point in, doing some of the front yard when the front yard, as I said, I've never fully killed off the front lawn. So technically it should be the strongest. But what you're seeing right here is a shadow, but in that shadow underneath right here, it is the greenest. Like that is probably, but you see there's a patch of holding on strong green out there. I don't know why. It's in the ditch area, maybe because that's where some of the water settles and it's deeper and the roots are going down to get it. But it is just dry. Some of this over here is holding on. This has been our strong suit, right? But man, it is so hot in the sun. I'm even worried about my phone cutting off. Listen, hear the crispness. Even right here, they're all turning. In the shade, it's all turning. We've talked about that Recruit movie. Everybody breaks everything. After time, without rain, everything's going to turn brown. It's going to go dormant. Not so worried about it turning dormant. I'm worried about permanent damage to the grass and it not coming back because it can't handle it. The bank is just completely dormant. It looks like a Bermuda lawn, and I have not seen this in a while. That is the little sporadic green you do see there. That is common Bermuda. I'm not going to walk up there. We've got wild, I mentioned the pre-emergence run out. You can clearly see the pre-emergence run out. Not that the Bermuda would be, held back from pre-emergent, but well, maybe it would, maybe it wouldn't. But anyways, you can see the green that is there. It's nasty Bermuda. So again, no rain. This is what we're looking like. It looks truly sad. And when I look at other fescue lawns around the area, of course, a lot of people have wells and irrigation, and they're pumping water into it. And I know Mr. Blake is having a party tonight for 4th of July. We'll be attending. He's been pumping well water into it. But look, I've never seen my my mailbox area go completely white and brown like this. It's never reached this point. I've always watered it and kept it, a little green, but this is like, it scares me. I'm nervous because I'm in new territory. I did come out and hand water some of this, but now it's right, and some of that green you see is from where I hand watered it. But what's the point? Like, because the rest of the lawn, look at it. It's just, we're dormant. It looks like when Pete killed off the back section of his lawn and replanted the Kentucky bluegrass. And I said, man, I remember the comment, because I said, man, Pete, even when you kill off grass, your striping looks better than mine. And he was laughing. And that's what this reminds me of. It's just crispy walking in it. So I'm walking on the property line here. It's just, I'm just like, there's nothing you can do besides have $1,000 water bill. And I'm not willing to go there. I think I'm just going to have to, we're going to have to invest in seed. My wife's like, what are we going to do? I was like, so as you can see from those clips from yesterday, that it was just, I'm in new territory here. Not having the money or basically not having the money to be able to keep up with the dryness, the heat, the wind. It's like desert-like conditions. I don't recall going this long without some type of rain. But let me turn the camera around. Let me show you Sunday. So after we got some rain last night, and it's threatening to rain a little bit today. It's right around 3 o'clock, so we still got several hours where we have a chance. The local weather says 70%. It's hit or miss storms, and we've been missed a lot, so I don't know. But here is the little bit of improvement we got from just a little bit of rain. So we're not going to labor in detail about all of this, but basically some of the color began to come back. It's not a vast improvement, but just a little bit of like the front lawn and things of that nature. You may be able to see a little bit of color has been able to come back and return. But again, we haven't got nearly. We need inches of rain. We need inches of rain, a day off for it to all soak in. And then we need more inches of rain and then another day for it to all soak in. But this was, I believe, yesterday, and it's hard because I can't look at the footage as I'm showing you this, but I want to say that most of this was all white yesterday. And after that little bit of rain we got last night, it did bring some of the color back in some of the grass. When I look at stuff like this right here, this is this deep dark brown. This is what death, I think, looks like, because that looks like some of it has really died. And I don't expect it like this. Like some of this right here, look at the difference. Do you see that right there? This looks dormant. This looks like it's been so long, it's crisping up and dying. I hope that's not the case, but we're gonna find out. Again, not the end of the world. I hope that's not the case. I think probably over half of this will come back, but I don't think all of it will come back. And when I look at the real dark brown stuff like this, you're getting into death area versus dormant like this. So we may have pushed this a little too far and this area has died off. Up here, you can see I did hand water some of this, but when it got the rain, this was completely up here. I think I said yesterday, I've never seen my mailbox area completely white with no green, and today there's green because we did get a little bit of rain last night and maybe a little bit overnight. So we're looking for anything. It's like I said on the golf course the other day, when you make a double bogey, you're looking at anything to stay positive, and we had like the wind at our back on our next tee shot or something. It's the same thing. We got a little bit of rain. Let's take that little bit of positive and some of the little bit of green we see and move forward and forget the past. But as you see, in some areas where it's really brown and we may have let it go too long, you can have death, and that's why you want to keep it on the edge. So anyways, just wanted to show you that update. So we've talked a lot about stress. We've talked a lot about thinning out. We've talked a lot about lack of rain. And so we're continuing to deal with it here. So until we get that really good long-lasting rain, we're just going to continue to struggle here. So anyways, we'll leave it there. Don't want to make this a super long video, but we have had a little bit of water. Let me know if you've got some where you're at. But again, just be careful, because the longer we wait and you know, push it to the edge, we can start killing off some of our grass if we don't give it at least a little bit of water. And we have to have that debate, right? Do we want to put money in the new seed we're going to plant, or do we want to keep some of the deeper root fescue we've got in place now and pay the money up front for water costs? So not everybody is in that boat like me, but that's a boat that I know many of you are in. So anyways, from Central North Carolina, in this crappy, ugly summer type lawn, we're just still in a wait. So God bless. Well, addition to the video number 3, we actually have some wet pavement, some wet sidewalk here. It's actually sprinkling and raining. According to the radar, it's not going to be a whole lot of rain, but again, every little bit makes a difference, right? And we keep adding up the benefits. I'm even going to step out here just briefly for a second. But as basically you guys could just have saw earlier, the little bit we got last night, even over here by the mailbox, it made a difference. And we have some green popping up in that strip over there because of the just very little bit of water. I'll be very curious about what I just showed you over here on this side, where dormant versus really brown and possibly dead. Does that come back? I'll be very curious to see what happens there. But again, some of this was completely white yesterday with a little bit of rain last night, a little bit of rain currently. Who knows? You know, hopefully this will just sit over our house and just add to the green up. So we're getting in the area where I may need to pull out the sprinklers for the sake of some of our deeper rooted fescue. So I do want to also mention, let me grab it right here behind me. I've joked around that our pre-emergent has run out. We've seen some weeds popping up. You can see some right here on the edge of my sidewalk. Yesterday, I did walk around with our green shoots. If you're unfamiliar with it, I've talked about it last year. I use this thing way more often than I ever thought I would. Basically, this is a herbicide dispenser in a foam form. It's called Green Shoots. I'll put a link in the description. It comes from GCI Turf. I haven't seen this anywhere else, but basically it's Roundup in a bottle of foam. You want to put this out probably an hour or so before it rains, but all you do is shake it up, and the foam plus the Roundup mixture plus the blue dye. The blue dye is so you can see where you've marked. This will kill grass, weeds, everything. I'm going to set it right here for the time being. But I did go around. I've got weeds popping up in the driveway. I've got weeds, these things that you see on the bank. Let me zoom in. These big daddy weeds, I went ahead and hit those with this green shoot. So in the next week or so, this should definitely have, it's so dry, it should have just drank this thing up. And I put these on all the weeds as I walked around the front yard, even a little bit of crabgrass right here on the corner. You may even see the blue dye. I don't want to get the phone all wet, but right here I squirted some of it right here, and you can see the blue down in there. Just kind of put some of that on it, and I think I put some on here as well. So it just kind of absorbs into the plant. It's very cool. This is a time when everything's thinning. If you have big, tall Bermuda that you want to hit, it can possibly take out some of the Bermuda or at least hinder it, but it was mainly for some of those weeds that we've got popping up in the lawn, as well as across the strip over here. I did do that, so just wanted to mention that. I use this thing all over. We've mentioned this with Poa trivialis. When it pops up in the lawn, we had some of that die off right here. I don't think, if this comes back, it's absolutely incredible, because this is that death looking brown, and if we see the Poa triv come back right here, it's incredible. So we're going to hopefully be reseeding this, and maybe we can thicken it up with fescue where it won't come back. But I just wanted to mention we do have green shoots as well that we've applied to get rid of some of the weeds that have popped up, to take advantage of the stressed out grass. So God bless you guys. That's it. Hope you'll tune in for the next video. We'll try to talk about another topic other than heat and drought. We'll see you next time.